Lesson number 6. Spend some time each day in silence. When I was a child, I remember each morning my grandmother would be in her bedroom with her door closed. We were forbidden to disturb her. My childish curiosity, which still today exists, led me to peek through the keyhole to discover what she was up to. Though she was awake, she would be sitting there in a silent state. Being as hyper as I was, I could not understand this. Today, I totally understand what she was doing, but more importantly, why she was doing it. We live in a very fast-paced world. Work, kids, telephones, meetings, deadlines, and on, just to name a few. When was the last time that you took 5 minutes to simply be alone and to let your mind become quiet and still and solitary? I have come to learn that it is in the stillness of my mind that all of the answers that I am searching for exist. I encourage you to take time out of your day, every day, to be alone and to quiet down your mind. This is how I now live my life, and because of its effectiveness, I refuse to allow anything or anyone to disturb this practice. Some call this meditation, some call it prayer. It does not matter what you call it. Call it. I assure you that it will be a life-changing experience. There is no right or wrong way to do this. You can do it in your car, in your office, in the park, anywhere. Don't worry about the how, just say yes. And know that it is in this silence that you will find your joy, your purpose, and a peace that you have never ever before known. And most importantly, you will become in touch with your highest self, your highest spirit. Lesson number 7. Laughter is the best medicine. Medical studies indicate that laughter boosts levels of endorphins, which is the body's natural painkillers. Laughter has also been shown to exercise the cardiovascular system by raising and lowering the heart rate and blood pressure, improved coordination of brain functions, and helps to heal depression. Putting aside all of the medical facts, laughter feels good. Who can argue with that? I love to laugh. We all love to laugh. When we witness someone laughing, amazingly, we begin to laugh also. It's contagious. For some reason, we have been conditioned to believe that laughter is for children, and when we become adults, that laughter is something that we must put aside. Get over it. Laugh. I love to roll on the floor with laughter. It reminds me of when I was a child. To me, there is nothing more fulfilling than to see a group of people who are experiencing uncontrollable laughter, unconcerned with what others may be thinking about this childlike behavior. Not childish, childlike. Yes, there is a difference. Let yourself be surrounded by things that encourage your laughter. Learning to laugh at ourselves reminds us how carefree and loving this world is. Watch children and learn from them. They will teach us that nothing is as thrilling or fulfilling as laughter. Walt Disney was well aware of this, and his creation of Disneyland is the evidence of that. We all want to laugh. Laugh and the world will laugh with you. Be sad and you will be sad alone. Lesson number 8. Honor your truth. Notice here that I did not say honor the truth, but honor your truth. Your truth does not have to be someone else's truth. Honoring your truth will set you free, though it may not make others feel free. For example, if I feel honoring my truth means that I must pursue a career in music, and my family has planned for me to become a doctor, honoring my truth may make them feel somewhat disappointed. But still, it must be honored. When we refuse to honor our truth, we slowly die. Honoring your truth is listening to your inner voice. This is one of the most challenging things for all of us to do, because most of us do not want to disappoint others. Many of us would rather disappoint ourselves than dare to disappoint others. This is not the way to peace. We cannot have peace by living our lives through someone else's eyes, even if they mean well. If it does not honor what you feel is your truth, you will begin to feel resentful and angry. William Shakespeare said it best, "To thine own self be true." Those who love you truly will understand and encourage your truth. Those who do not are not loving you unconditionally. And loving you with conditions, you'd be better off without that kind of expression. Honoring your truth is honoring your spirit. Honoring your spirit is honoring God. In the pursuit of honoring your truth, you may be judged, disliked, perhaps even crucified. Do not let this deter you, for honoring this truth will lead you to a higher place of awareness, even in the face of death. Christ did not succumb to the truth of others, nor did Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Buddha, and other great teachers who remind us the importance of honoring our truth. Lesson number 9, have reverence for all life. This lesson has taught me to have a reverence, a love for all things. When I hear of people hurting animals or destroying nature, it pulls at my core. We must come to a knowing that all of life matters. And when we selfishly destroy, we destroy a part of ourselves, because all is one. We must come to a knowing that all life is vital and serves the good of all. To think differently is to believe that God has created foolishly. In the grand scheme of the universe, all things play their role. We are destroying our earth in the name of progress. We cut down trees so that we can print newspapers which contain articles that tell us we are cutting down too many trees. How foolish is this? We kill innocent animals and call it a sport. We spill oil in our seas, destroying the sea life in our quest for more. We pollute our skies and cannot even see the stars. Earth's natural water has become filled with so many pollutants that we now must pay to drink water for the fear of becoming ill. Each one of us is responsible for the world in which we live. We must each have a reverence for life. And that does not only apply to humans, but to all things living. Know this and be certain about it. If we continue to be at war with the earth and its inhabitants, selfishly destroying it, we will lose. How can one person make a difference? Simply by seeing the unfolding of God everywhere. Because if God is everywhere, then this suggests that there is no place that God is not. Lesson number 10. There is no force greater than love. I have chosen this lesson to be last, although it is the most significant and when applied, eliminates all other lessons. When we get and apply this lesson, we awaken to our full potential and purpose. Of all the forces that exist, there is no force that is more powerful, more greater than love. Simply put, love is all there is, all there will be, and all there has ever been. I am not speaking of a romantic love. In fact, the love that I speak of cannot truly be put into words, because that which is true needs no explanation. We don't know what it is, but we do know that it is. It is the force that makes all things possible. This love I speak of is infinite and eternal. Everything we do and desire is in search of this love. Though many of us search outside of ourselves for this force, it is within us, always. It extends outward from within. It allows our hearts to beat, our ears to hear, our eyes to see. All of this independently of us. It allows the earth to spin at incredible speeds while we remain stationary, protected, and loved. This love has no preference of color because it created them all. It plays no favorites because all belong to it. All of our lives, we have been fed this grand lie that this love is something that we must find. I tell you now that it is what you are. It is all you could be. What else is there? What else would a loving God create except love? Everything else is simply an illusion in our minds. Do not forget what you believe is true. The love we have been taught about is conditional, external, and limited. The love I speak of is unconditional, internal, and limitless. It cannot hurt, envy, or judge. It only knows goodness and peace. It does not believe in its separateness because it knows all is one. It does not fear, for it knows love is all there is. In order to know this love, you must discard all of your old beliefs that have taught you that love was outside of you and that you were not worthy of it. What type of loving God would create and then tell its children that they were unworthy of its love? Honestly, would a loving parent tell their children that they are unworthy of love? You must eliminate the doubt and the fear and the grand illusions that led you to this place of feeling void. You are whole and complete and worthy of nothing but love. How do we discover this love? Very easily, very simply, by remembering who and what we are and who and what our spirit is. This is the problem. We have forgotten who we are. Most of us have never been told who we are. This makes it even more of a challenge to remember. If the creator of the universe is love, and if we are children of the creator, created in its image and likeness, then we too are love. This is as sure as 1 + 1 = 2. And if we are love, then there is nothing we have to search for. We just simply have to be it. We just simply have to be. That is why we are called human beings. All we have to do is remember who we are. Remember this in every moment. If the who we are is love, then love is all we could truly have to give away. Hate then becomes just an illusion. The illusion is that we can hate another. We can only hate who we think we are. For if you remember who you are, you could never, ever know hate. Because to hate another is to hate ourselves. To hate ourselves is to hate God's divine creation. To hate is to destroy. And love only creates. I know that some may find this love thing a bit strange. But what could be strange about it? Kindness, goodness, helpfulness, caring, sharing, these all are love. We can call it many things, but the essence is still the same. I find it strange that we could think that love is external. Be certain that if it were, especially in America, someone would have found a way to package, market, and sell it. This is how the Creator has created us equal, by creating us with love. No one can ever take this away from us. Even in prison, love cannot be imprisoned. The kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom is love. If love is all you ever give away, then know that love is all you could ever receive. But don't take my words for it. Listen to the gift of love in the New Testament, 1 Corinthians 13, verses 1 through 13. If I speak in the tongues of mortal and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that could move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my belongings to feed others, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices only in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends, but as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see in a hazy outline by means of a metal mirror, but then it will be face to face. Now I know only in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. Now, however, these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And of these three, the greatest is love. And of these three, the greatest is love. These words have been the driving force in my darkest moments. They have helped me to remember who I am, what my spirit is made of, and most importantly, what my purpose on this earth is. In closing, I would like to say that I too am a student who is learning. For I know that we teach that which we need to learn. I consider myself no greater or no less than any spirit that has ever inhabited the earth. We are all of greatness. I hope that these words will help you to remember who you are and who you have always been. There is no need for any of us to spend another moment in darkness, in pain. It is time for us to remember that God and love is everywhere, and so too in us. It is not a question of if you will remember who you are, but when you will remember who you are. Hear those words again. It is not a question of if you will remember who you are, but when you will remember who you are. This is our sole purpose. Be not afraid. God, and a loving God, is with you always. God has blessed you. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate your life. I love you from that place where we are all the same.